Hi everybody, Colin Fragar here from Council Approval Group. So you're interested in a dual occupancy in New South Wales. So I just want to share with you what is a dual occupancy, particularly in New South Wales, because there is a lot of confusion out there. And I actually think it's probably the best investment strategy that I've come across. So I just want to go into that in depth. So in New South Wales, a dual occupancy can be either attached or detached. It can be an existing house with another one attached to it. You can even have a one that's separated that you can subdivide, called a dual occupancy subdivision, which is another video. So just to be able to draw it out visually for you, because I think it's important for you to understand, because I know this is a short video, but it could be the difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars if you get it right. So, all right, so here we go. Let's have a look. Imagine you driving down the street in your car and you pull up at a site here, and there is the common one which you would see in New South Wales, particularly in new suburbs, particularly if somebody has gone to a project home builder, they've done a demolition, they probably paid too much for it. Just want to make sure that you're aware of that. And they're usually attached. Okay, that is an attached dual occupancy. You can also have an attached dual occupancy which is back to back, something like this. And another one which people often forget, and this is a great trick which I learned off my father, who's been a town planner for 50 plus years, and he's probably done thousands of these in his life. And that is where you've got an existing dwelling and you remove the carport to create the extra space coming through here. So you remove the carport and you put the carport at the back, and you actually do a double carport, one for the new house and one for the existing front house. And there you have an attached dual occupancy because they're sharing a common wall. I'm actually doing one of these myself personally at the moment. It happens to be on a corner lot, and we're going to be subdividing it afterwards. So the driveway access will be coming in here. And yeah, so that's a dual occupancy in New South Wales. Hope you enjoyed that. Please make sure, if you've got more questions, if you want to learn about this topic, a few resources that I would recommend. First of all, make sure you grab your council approval guide, which goes into this in more depth and actually has some good giveaways in there. A video that goes for about 10 to 15 minutes, which goes into this in depth. You can access that through the magazine. If you do have a site, if you're ready to go, or maybe you've just often thought, oh, I can get a dual occupancy on my property, I've never really had the time to do it, now might be a great time to do it. Please book in for a free consultation with one of our council approval consultants, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks for watching.